This is my style of making red pea soup. You guys gonna love this one. And I'm gonna make it with cassava dumpling. Cassava dumpling is very nice. Some people call it cassava yuca, but it's very nice cassava dumpling and cornmeal dumpling. And I might put some flour dumpling in it. I'm not so sure yet, but I'm gonna have cassava dumpling in this one. It's a very good one. But I'm gonna juice the cassava because I need to get out the starch out of the cassava. But this is a very good recipe, red pea soup. Hi everyone, it's a blessing to be here at Eat Good TV today. Today we are making red pea soup. And we have a lot of ingredients here for the soup. We have flour, cornmeal because I want to make cassava dumpling. So I want to make cassava over here, but I want to make cassava dumpling and some flour dumpling, cornmeal dumpling. And this is sweet potato, this is yellow yam, this is white yam, and this is cocoa, and that's cassava. Some people call it yuca. And we need our scallion over here, our thyme, little rosemary, garlic tenderize the peas, and scotch bonnet pepper. And over here we have our salt beef, corned beef, salt beef. And this I'm gonna soak it a little bit. This I'm gonna soak. And this is some cow foot. And this is the star of the show, the red peas. Guys, red pea soup is boiling. And you can boil the red pea soup with any meat, or you can boil it without meat. You can do it vegan style, or you can boil it with meat. So wash the peas. Wash your peas. Wash and drain the water. You're gonna wash the peas 2 times. And if there is any rotten peas, they'll just float to the top. If there is any peas that is rotten, it will float to the top. The ones that's not good, it will float to the top. So this is the second washing, and the water is more clean. The water is clean for the second washing. So I wash it one more time. See that one not good, it flows to the top. Add some thyme to the pot and 3 cloves of garlic to tenderize the beans, the red peas. And this is scallion here. And the other thing is rosemary. Rosemary. You just put everything in the pot. And you put it on the fire to cook. So place it on the stove or the wood fire because I'm not using a pressure cooker. So this is gonna take at least 2 hours to cook the peas, or an hour and a half. But when it's cooked, I'll show you. And I'm gonna put the stove on medium. Now that our peas is cooking, we are gonna wash our cow foot with some lemon and vinegar. Just squeeze the lemon. And if there is any fat, remove it. But this one is not too fatty, so we just leave it, just clean it. So I'm gonna add some vinegar and just wash it. Just wash it and get it clean. And we're gonna wash it, then we're gonna rinse it. And if there's anything to scrape off, you just scrape it. But there's nothing to scrape on this pig, not pig feet, this cow foot. There is nothing to scrape on the cow foot, really, nothing. Because they always make them so clean in the supermarket here. You know, sometimes they're very black like, but these are just clean. You just wash it and then just rinse it off. But these are always clean. Now we are washing the beef, and I'll wash the beef with lemon and vinegar. Then I put it to soak. Yeah, wash the beef with lemon and vinegar. This is vinegar and I have the lemon in there already. So you wash the beef with the lemon and the vinegar. Cut off all the fat off the beef. So I'm gonna cut it. If there's any fat, you just take it off. All this, you don't need it. Just remove the fat. You can leave a little, it give it a little flavor, but I try to remove all of it. But if you want to leave a little for flavor, you can. We're gonna rinse the beef. I wash it, then we're gonna rinse it off. And then I'm gonna put it to soak while the peas is cooking. It's washed, so I'm gonna rinse it. I'm gonna rinse the beef and put it to soak. Family, remember back in the days we have beef soup on Saturday. Every Saturday is beef soup or red pea soup. You know, back in the days they love to have, like family always have beef soup and red pea soup. Back in those good old days. Just catch some water and leave it in there to soak. While the peas is boiling, it's soaking. It's corned beef. So we just leave it to soak. Remove the cover, and just sink the peas with some cold water. So the peas go to the bottom. Just put some cold water in there and sink the peas. See, all the peas gonna go to the bottom. And you sink it. They're gonna go straight to the bottom. And I'm gonna make this cook for about at least half an hour before I put the meat in. You know, the peas take longer to cook than the meat. So about half an hour, then I put the meat in. I'm gonna peel this cocoa. I have two. One to put in the pot. This one is gonna mash out in the pot. Okay, give the pot a little body, like a little. Our grandparents and parents used to do that. My grandmother and my mother used to do that. Like they would peel a cocoa and they would put it in the soup to let the soup thicken up a little bit. So they would do that and they would add it when they put it in the meat. Because they like the soup thick, they don't like the soup watery. So they would do this. So when I add the meat, I'm gonna wash this too. When I add the meat, I add this. Okay, it's gonna boil out in the soup. Cause this is gonna put in a little later on, but this I'm gonna put in now. The food and the dumpling and everything else we put in later. But this I'm gonna add it, wash it and add it with the meat. So all that is gonna boil out in the soup to make the soup a little bit more rich and delicious too. So all that is gonna boil out in the soup. Drain off the water from the salt beef. Just drain off the water. We're gonna add the salt beef to the cow foot. Just add it. Cow foot is over here, so just add it to the cow foot. And then we're gonna wash our cocoa. Just wash these and add it to the pot. And rinse it off. So everything is nice and clean. Everything is clean here. We just add it to this. So our salt beef and our cow foot. And the peas is cooking about half an hour now, about 30 minutes. I can take this little piece out. I just take these little dark spots off. Nice and clean. Yeah, and it's cooking for about half an hour. So I'm gonna put everything in there now. Remove the cover and just place everything in the pot. This is gonna be a delicious soup. And if it need more water, just boil up some more water and pour in the pot. Don't put any cold water in the pot. And this is cow foot. As much as you see it light like this, it's not the one they burn, it's the one they just scrape. So we don't have the burn one here, we have the one you scrape. But this is all delicious cow foot going in the pot. When it cooks, it tastes the same. And you can boil some water and add to the pot if it need more water. So I'm gonna boil some more water and put in the pot. So we're gonna have a lovely soup here. And if I need a bigger pot, I pour it into a bigger pot. This is cassava yuca. I'm just gonna wash it off. I'm gonna wash it and peel it. I want it to make dumpling, cassava dumpling. I'm gonna make white dumpling, cassava dumpling, and cornmeal dumpling. Good soup. Just remove this layer of the cassava. Just remove this part of it. I put it over here. I don't want any get in the bowl. Just remove the outer layer of the cassava, then you're gonna grate it. And this is the same thing they use to make bami. And I should make some bami for the show. Yeah. Just remove every little part of it. Okay. Good. Nice cassava. Now I'm gonna just grate it. And I'm gonna mix it with the flour. I'm just gonna grate it. It's not hard to grate, and you don't have to use cassava. You could just make flour dumpling, cornmeal dumpling. But it's a long time I haven't had cassava dumpling. So I'm just gonna make this cassava dumpling. So you just grate it until it's finished grating. I like to remove the juice from the cassava. So I'm gonna remove the juice from the cassava before I make my dumplings. I remove the juice. All the juice I remove from the cassava. And you can put it to dry to make cassava flour. Or to make your cassava bami. But I'm just gonna make dumpling with this. So I'm taking out all the juice. And just use the back of your hand to just work it and take all the juice out. What I'm doing now is removing the juice from the cassava because the juice is very starchy and the cassava starch is what you take to starch your clothes. So I am removing all the starch. When I juice it, I'm removing the starch from the cassava. That should be. Now that I juice out all the starch from the cassava, because I juice out all the starch from the cassava, so now I'm gonna add the flour. I didn't want all that starch in the cassava, so I juice the starch out. So I'm gonna add the flour to make the dumpling, and this is about a cup of flour. This is a cup. This is 1 cup, you know. Okay, save that. It's about a half a cup of flour. I don't measure it, but it's about a half a cup. I put it in the description box, and just a pinch of salt to taste, because don't forget the salt beef is in the pot. Then I'm gonna just mix it up and add some water and make the cassava dumpling. Very delicious. Cassava dumpling is very delicious. So with the half a cup of flour, I'm just gonna add water, gradually adding the water and mixing it. And if you don't want to use your hand to mix it, you can just use a spoon to mix it and form it with your hands. But my hand is clean, I have no nails. But you can always, if you have your nails, just use a spoon, mix it, and then you just roll it in your hand, form it. But I have no nails, so I just mix it this way. And small amount of water. These are very delicious. These dumplings are very delicious with the cassava in it. And you don't have to juice the juice out of it if you just want to eat it like that. But I like to take the juice out of it, because the juice can starch your clothes, and you iron your clothes. You know, you can take it and starch your shirt, your pants. So I didn't want all that starch. I just need it. When you're ready, you just make them and put them in the pot. So this is our cassava dumpling that is finished. Okay, so we move on to our cornmeal dumpling. This is cornmeal, and this is about a cup and a half of cornmeal. I don't want to use all that amount of cornmeal. And this is the flour. So this is cornmeal dumpling. Just a little pinch of salt to taste. You add the water gradually, just the same. Just keep on doing it until everything combines. And if you don't want to use your hand and you have a KitchenAid, you can use the dough hook to make the dumplings. So you can use your hand, or you can use a spoon, or you can use the dough hook from the KitchenAid mixer. Any one of those mixer you have, you can use it, as long as you have a dough hook. But my fingers is my dough hook. This is my dough hook. You just mix it, knead it. You just clean your bowl as you go. Yep. Just take it off your fingers, because your fingers are clean. Make sure fingers are clean, nail is short. If you have a long nail, then you just use the spoon or the KitchenAid. And this is all mixed. So the both of them is mixed. And we're gonna put them in the pot. Soup is cooking so good. Wow. The cow foot, the salt beef, everything looks so good. I'm gonna give it at least 15 more minutes, then I'm gonna add the food to it. So I'm gonna go peel the food now to put in the pot. Everything looking so lovely. See how this soup is rich? Rich soup. Rich soup. Cause that cocoa mash out in there and make the water, not long water. This is nice rich soup. Smelling up the place. Oh yes, smelling up the place, Jet. It's smelling up the place. What you was saying about cocoa? If cocoa can eat raw?
Yeah, could it eat raw?
What, cocoa?
Yeah.
No, cocoa can't eat raw. It go scratch your mouth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this southern man is asking if cocoa can eat raw. I know sweet potato, some people eat sweet potato raw, but they don't eat cocoa raw because cocoa scratch. It might be your throat to be scratching you. Yeah, but they eat sweet potato. Some people eat sweet potato raw. You know, it's about 3 different types of sweet potato. You have the orange one, you have the white one, and you have the yellow belly. That's the Jamaican. We always have yellow belly potato. But I'm gonna put it in here. Yeah, but the cocoa can't eat raw. I put a piece of cocoa in here, boil out now, so it make the soup very nice and rich. And it's smelling up the place. I'm peeling the food to put in the pot. So this is cocoa. I don't know if it's left man cocoa, right man cocoa, red cocoa. I don't know what you call this cocoa, but I'm peeling it to put in the pot. In Jamaica, we have left man cocoa and all different type of cocoa, but I don't remember this one name. But I'm gonna put it in the pot. Use a cutting board. And this is yellow yam. I always put this in red pea soup. Yellow yam. Just peel it. You know, just hold it as close as ever and peel it. Family, I don't know if you remember this. Years ago, they say we must just peel the yam and clean it with a towel, because if we wash the yam, then they won't have good crop the following year. I don't know if your family said that to you, but my grandmother always said that to me. Just peel the yam and wipe it off. And you can slice it, but you know, I just like to put it here and just cut it. I don't cut it too small because I don't want it to break up in the pot. I cut it chunky. And this is the sweet potato. I think this one is the yellow belly. And you have potato peeler, because I have it here. I have peeler here, but I just like my knife. I like my chef knife. If there's any black spot, just remove them. Okay, now I'm gonna just cut this down. Sometimes it's hard to cut, but because it's so big. I try to cut it.
Want to get it?
No, you don't have to get it.
You got it?
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna split it down. Oh. That's okay, it have to wash. Okay, and I like to cut this big. I don't want to cut it too small because this potato, it break up in the pot. So I don't want to cut it too small. But I cut it like, I just cut it in three. Because sometimes the soup is boiling, you don't have no potato leaf. Okay. And this is white yam. Okay. I make this big pot of soup. This will serve us for the week. I'm telling you, it serves us at least 2 days. Yeah. Serve the family 2 days. They love soup on Saturday, especially beef soup. I have to cook some beef soup. I want to cook all the soup for the channel. Gongo peas soup, beef soup. Because I don't have any soup on the channel. So I'm going to make sure I put some soup on the channel. This one is easy. It's a soft yam. To cut that one again. Okay, and I'm gonna take this all to the washing. Wash the brown provision, wash all of them. I make them chunky because I don't want it to cook out in the pot. So this is the size I make them chunky. Because I can always cut it in two when it's cooked, if it's too big. But when it's small, it will boil out in the pot. So I just make everything nice and chunky, like this. So I'm going to place it in the pot. I'm just washing it, then I just place it in the pot. Let me see if I need any more water. Do I need any more water? I'm going to put some boiling water in here. I need some boiling water, so I'm just going to add small amount of boiling water to the pot. Then I'm going to add the food to the pot. The ground provision to the pot. I just drain the water off and I'm going to add it to the pot. I just drain the water off, so I'm just going to add them to the pot. They cut big because I don't want them to fall apart. I can always cut them in two later on, but I like to cut them big. So so that they don't mash out. We call it mash out or fall apart. I cut them chunky. I can cut them in two later on. This is a big pot of soup. Can last the family for 2 days. And then I'm gonna put the dumpling in. Wow, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be so good. This one turn up. It's a soup you turn up, people. It's a soup turn up. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna add the dumplings them on the top here. And add the seasoning. No salt. I can't add any salt. Let me taste it. Because the meat is salt. So let me just put a little in my hand here and taste it. Make I wiggle it a little so it don't burn up the hand. Okay. Ooh.
Better blow it.
Better blow it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, you have the right amount of salt. So we're not going to put any all-purpose seasoning, no type of salt. We're going to put some herbal seasoning. Caribbean fusion we're going to put in it. Because that has no salt. That's low sodium. So I put a little bit of it in here. But I'm going to make the dumpling, roll the dumpling and put them on the top. I'm gonna put the dumpling inside here. I like my dumplings small. And I like them press out. I like them small. I don't like them too big. I like them flat and nice. And I round them up. I don't like the big dumplings. But you can put the big cartwheel dumpling if you want. When I was young, those are the ones I like. The cartwheel, they're big and broad. But now I just like small flat dumpling and you just put them in. Roll them and flatten them. And make sure they're shapy and put them in. But if you like the cartwheel one, the big huge cartwheel ones, you can put them in just the same. But I like mine small. And that's the cassava dumpling. And you can put flour dumpling, you can put carrot dumpling. Any type of dumpling you want to put in there. Yeah. So I just make my dumpling them. I like them nice and neat. Oh yeah. Neat up the dumpling. Put them in the pot. Oh yeah. Like some little roll ones put in there too. I like these little ones too. Not just the big ones. I like the spin. Oh yes, Jet, you're learning. This American man here learning. Spinners. You put the spinners them in. Oh yes. This American man here learning to cook Jamaican food. Spinners in. Okay, I'm gonna take this, make a bigger dumpling. And I'm gonna make one big dumpling too. So you can see how the big ones make. You make the big dumpling. This is not even cartwheel though, but this is a big one. Much bigger one. And some people sink in the middle. They would sink all in the middle. Put a little design so it come out like that in the middle. Some people put the finger and they sink the middle. And then they roll it like that. And they sink the middle. You can put it anyhow you want to put it. And I'm going to make some spinners. This is the cornmeal dumpling spinners. Oh yeah. Spinners, spinners, spinners. Cornmeal dumpling spinners. Oh, this is nice. You know what? I never make stew peas. Stew peas and rice is very nice too. Spinners. I just make 2 cornmeal spinners. That's it. And you just do the cornmeal dumpling the same way. Just like how you do the white dumpling, you do the cornmeal dumpling the same. And these are nice cornmeal dumpling. Oh yeah. When you make red pea soup, cornmeal dumpling is so great in the red pea soup. It just give it a nice flavor to it, you know. Cornmeal dumpling. And when you eat it, it's so good. Some people say you can't eat cornmeal dumpling with avocado soup with avocado pear, but when you have your cornmeal dumpling and your soup, eat some avocado with the dumplings. Them so good too. I'm telling you, delicious, delicious, delicious. These things are so good, and the ground provision is very healthy for you. You know, a little bit better than rice. You know, but these are good food. Good food. It's about 20 minutes before the pot is ready, so I'm just gonna season the pot with these. I'm just gonna put these in the pot. And they are scallion. It's scallion, Scotch bonnet pepper, thyme, and some pimento seed. I'm just rinsing them off. I'm gonna put them in the pot. So in 20 minutes more the pot will be ready. So I'm just gonna put some thyme, some pimento seed, Scotch bonnet pepper, give it a nice flavor, and like a 1/4 cup of coconut milk. It give it flavor, to give it a nice flavor. About 1/4 cup. And I'm gonna just put this. This is like re-seasoning the pot. You put it in the beginning, and at the end you put it. So I'm gonna just put these here now. Re-season the pot. You just break them up so you get out all the juices out of this scallion, and you just put them in the pot. In another 20 minutes, 20-25 minutes, the food is all ready to be shared. Good soup look good. The food is cooking. See, getting soft, everything. So in another 20 minutes, this is ready. Ready to be served. See all this scotchy over here. So look good, the Scotch bonnet pepper. Yeah, everything look nice. Look at the soup. Look how rich it is. Rich and thick and nice. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Let me have a taste again. It is so good. Woo. Nice, nice, nice. Family, it's cooked. This is cooked. I'm gonna serve up a bowl. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look how rich this is. Nice. Nice red pea soup. So I'm gonna serve a bowl. I'm gonna serve it up in this bowl here. Give you a bowl of it. I'm gonna serve it up.